Uh,
6. Okay, and roll a d10.
I can hear you smiling.
No, you're fine. You can hear me smiling. Okay.
I could hear you saying roll a d10 through a massive grin.
You probably can. So with a 6, he's going to say, No, I wouldn't want any goods to leave my shop which weren't of high quality. It would reflect badly on me. But I assure you, by the time you finish the rest of your errands today, I shall have one ready for you.
Well, either that or have one ready for next time I visit the Adventurers Guild. It surely won't take long on our next heroic adventure to save damsels in distress and release slaves.
Very well, I shall make sure I send it to the Adventurers Guild. What was your name, so I know who to tell them to leave it for?
My name is Rambler, because I
Rambler.
ramble. That means I walk. I don't go on and on. I mean, a lot of people have often said I talk too much and I go on, and I completely waste everybody's time. There have been a couple of times in my life where that might have happened, but personally, I can't really think.
Shut up, Rambler. You're rambling.
Oh, dear. Anyway, did we want to do the shield as well while we were here?
Oh, Jesus, was that not including the shield?
No, that was just the sword.
All right, do the shield as well.
As he looks over the shield, the heavy weighted construction of the emerald, he's kind of confused as to how it's been put together, considering it seems to be made from a solid piece, and finding an emerald of that size is unlikely beyond reason. Looking over, he's then going to turn back to you and say, I'd give you 200 platinum pieces, since you prefer to be paid that way.
So that's a total of 350 platinum pieces.
Yes, indeed.
My goodness me. That is well, you may be ripping me off, sir, but I feel like I won the Dungeons and Dragons lottery, so I'll take it.
Very well.
Was it 350 or 250?
350 total.
350, so I give 100 each to the other two.
Fair.
Oh,
So I've got 150 platinum.
merci beaucoup.
So basically
What'd you
1,000
give?
I've given you.
100 platinum.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. After you sold all your stuff. And...
1,000 gold.
Anyone else have anything they want to sell to the gentleman?
I would like to quickly ask him, is there anything you could do with this as I show him a bolt of the gold silk?
It would make an excellent decoration to be sewed onto some of my armor.
Just as I suspected. Don't worry, I believe I should head to the upmarket district to perhaps part with this.
Very well. I do know of a magical tailor up that way. Her name's Irel. You can find her at the back corner to the northern market.
What was her name again? Sorry, for some
Irel.
reason your voice had a booming quality to it.
Irel.
Irel,
yes.
Right, you are. Whereabouts does she live? Or work, rather?
Her stall's in the back corner of the northern market.
Thank you very much. Do you know what she looks like?
You'll spot her as soon as you get to that area. She's a tall woman.
A tall woman. Thank you very much. I take my leave.
Remembering this is coming from a dwarf. Anyway, anyone else have anything to sell before we leave?
I have one final question. Oh, Loric, you go ahead.
No.
Can I use your toilet, sir, while Loric sells you some stuff?
The outhouse is round the back. You can take the alleyway next door to get to it.
I'll be right back in 1 minute.
Okay.
Unless you actually... Did you have something to do, Torek?
No, I want to sell stuff, but not here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, in that case, Rambler asks him if he knows anybody who sells wands.
A new store opened up. I believe there's a gentleman selling wands there.
Oh my god.
It's just outside the northern market. There's a raccoon on the sign. I don't remember the name.
A raccoon, you say? Well, I happen to know the fellow who owns that shop. Let's just say...
Minstrel is shaking.
Let's just say we better leave it at that, and perhaps we'll also leave this store. Thank you very much, sir, and good day to you.
Just a quick out-of-character question. Just I can't remember. Who wound up with a golden chainmail?
Me.
Oh, it was you. Okay. That's fine. I just wondered.
This guy seems to be interested in magic stuff, and that.
I'm going for a woo-wee.
Sure. So you can do that while we move to the northern markets.
Torek.
Yes.
While Rambler's having a wee, perhaps I could interest you in a game of dice.
Yeah. Why not?
What are we wagering, gentlemen?
What would you suggest, Tarek?
Think I could wager. I'm willing to do 78 gold
78.
to level me
Okay.
out.
Yeah, 78 gold it is.
Okay, so make your roll. If you have proficiency in dice games, you can add your proficiency bonus. If not, flat d20.
I'm proficient. But... Shit at it.
It's just the same proficiency bonus you get as your level.
Yeah,
You got 50-50 chance even if you don't have any proficiency.
yeah, minstrel, wasn't it?
Oh, fair. Then I missed your roll completely. Anyway,
What was it, 76?
76.
78.
Yeah,
78.
That levels my
So-
gold out.
I'll say Ramber's rejoined for the moment and is walking with you to the northern markets. Okay, so as you reach the edge of the northern markets, you notice that one of the stores seems to have appeared at the edge of the market, is almost half blocking the road. You'd be surprised it was allowed to be there.
I
course,
wonder
the-
what store that is.
The building is once again familiar, as you see the raccoon sign and the prominently displayed sign with the Elvish, written in Elvish, Shartan's Curios.
I walk straight past it.
Fair enough.
I don't know where's best to sell my golden stuff.
You'll have to ask around the market, so you can make an investigation check if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. D20 for me.
7. You're recommended possibly the jeweler would buy it for scrap metal to create rings and other such things.
Oh, go straight there.
I'm keeping my eye open
Try
for
and
the
find it.
silk lady.
Okay, do you remember where I said it was? In the back corner?
Yeah, back corner
Okay.
on a stool.
I have
Yeah.
returned.
So,
A lady.
as you head over to the far reaches of the market, you notice a Loxodon woman sitting down, plying her trade at one of the stalls.
Good morning, Loxodon woman.
As she now stands up to approximately 8 foot tall and says, "Ah, hello there. Would you be needing some finery, sir?"
I actually wanted to approach you to see if you needed any supplies. You've come highly recommended from the young dwarven fellow who runs the blacksmith shop.
He's not that young, but yes. Do you remember his name? Just out of interest?
Mr. Hammerman.
Close
think
enough.
it's
Silas
pronounced-
Hardgreave.
It's pronounced Hermerman.
Anyway. Yes. I've been making some pieces for him. Anyway, what was it you were hoping to sell me?
Well, I've got here 10 bolts of, and I present the gold silk to her. I'd like to know what could be done with this if I was to commission a piece, and also what its raw costs would be, raw price, if I were to part ways with it.
As a raw price, I could give you 100 gold per bolt of this silk.
I see. And what could this silk be used for?
It would make very fine clothes, or perhaps some form of wizard's robes.
I see. I mean, could I possibly consider I'm selling in bulk? Perhaps for the pleasure, I could argue up to 100.
Make a persuasion check for me. Also, you know, buying and selling in bulk normally goes the other way, right?
Yeah, but I'm a merchant.
I know. I'm just saying.
Pretty shit one. Just trying that.
Make your persuasion roll. Close, but not quite. She's going to say, I'd go up to 105 since I rarely see goods of this quality.
Yeah, I will accept 105. I mean, that's pricing it differently, but 105 times.
105 per bolt times 10, so.
Yeah, no, I would be
I
happy
did that in
to
platinum,
part
didn't I? Sorry. 1,050, I meant to say.
Yeah,
A gold. Sorry, that's my apologies.
I would be happy to make this sale to you.
Very well.
I don't suppose you'd be interested in some more scrappy materials perchance, as
I
well?
could always use it for making children's clothes, but there's not much call for that.
I'll
Normally,
show her the
I'm-
fire guard clothes.
these aren't actually made from terrible silk. There's a quality, obviously. They're nice and light. I suppose I could give you 10 gold for the sets.
Each or for both?
For both.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
Verbose.
Okay. Torek, we'll get to you to the jewelers now, since you were looking for that
Aye.
guy. A halfling is going to pop up from behind the stall as he steps onto a small
Am I
stool
there?
and say, no, you'll... I assume you'd go with minstrel?
Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to Torek, if you're in the market.
I'm in the market for some cock.
Hello there, Sir Dragonborn. Can I help you?
Yes, half man. You can. I have this lovely, well-made golden chainmail. Finest work I've ever seen. I'd like to sell you.
He begins looking over. He doesn't seem to be too worried about what it looks like as itself. He's more worried about the quality of the gold as he's looking it over.
It's fine craftsmanship.
Yes. I'd say it's about 60% purity gold. I could probably give you 2,000 gold pieces for it.
Now, I'm a busy man. I don't have time to waste, so I will accept 2,000.
Fair enough.
Pleasure doing business.
You can take 2,000 gold pieces. Or you can do it at 200 platinum, it's up to you. But it depends how much your money's getting out of hand.
No, that's all right. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Good day,
Dropped
small
in.
man.
Thank you. As he's still looking over the gold chainmail.
Or leave.
Fair enough. Okay, so with that, we'll say you've rejoined the party towards the edge of the market.
Can I go to the one shop now, please?
You want to go to Shartan's Curios?
Oh, yes.
'Cause that's what it was.
I'm going to tap Minstrel on the shoulder and say, Minstrel, I do believe Mr. Hammerman said something about Shartan being in town. And I know you don't like the fellow, but I hope you won't think much of me for going over there, because I do really want a nice shiny wand or something.
I suppose, I mean, I can't stop you. You're not in my employment. All I can do is warn you that any purchase from him comes at a terrible cost.
I see. And what is that cost?
Well, all of my comrades who have previously purchased from him have died. So, read into that how you will.
I don't think
Like,
that's true.
That's
Goodness
a
me.
deception, because Merrick's
Yeah.
alive.
Make
Well,
a
at least-
deception
at least
roll
you
against
think he
Rambler's
is.
passive perception, I'll say, just to make life easy.
I mean, it would be insight, but I don't
You
necessarily.
can roll
want to-
insight as well, but
I don't really want to pass the roll, so I'm going to say passive perception.
22. So he gets it past you.
Right. Well, I mean, if what you say is true, and I suppose I trust you, I guess I better not go and see him.
I mean, you can see him. It's more of a
No.
he may call a favour on you, one that may cost you dearly.
You
Oh,
know,
I've met people
Rambler's
like that
met him
before. I
Yeah.
before I bought some gophers off him, if I remember correctly. Funny little gophers.
Raccoons.
They stank like shit. I don't know why. Weird gophers, and they were black and white.
Anyway. Yeah, so it's up to you if you're going to go see him or not.
I've
But
met
if
many
you-
treacherous
If you
forest.
do go see him, perhaps it would be wise if I come with you.
Just out of character, are you saying that we should go and see him or not? Because we've got an hour left.
We've got stuff
I
to do.
kind of want to kill him, and that might take a while. Not kill him, but kill something.
I was going to say, Christ, you're
Hey,
making
well-
an ambitious move.
You said you wanted to see him. If you've changed your mind, I'm happy to go speak to Teleporty Magic Man instead.
Let's go speak to Teleporty Magic Man. There's always time for Shartan later.
Yes.
Okay. As he does tend to appear wherever he feels like. Okay, so you make your way back to the guild and find your way back upstairs to the rather strange halfling you met before. Oh, you're back already. Where have you been? How was it?
Well, we
Silverkeep, right? Yes? No?
haven't been up to much, really. I mean, all we did was rescue an entire city from their tyrannical sultan.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, the poor fellow got blinded, but there was nothing we could do about that. But we did come back, rich fellows. We left you afeared and came back wealthy. You got any wands for sale?
No, I focus more with my chalk as he begins sketching a
No.
circle in his room.
Then, brother, please, might I take you from your hobby and ask you to do your real job and give us a portal to
We'd like to go to Larkridge. I think.
Larkridge? Thank you very much,
Yep.
Torek.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Are you aware of the residents there? Just as a warning.
The residents, well, I'd heard rumours that it's a place with a lot of ne'er-do-wells, but nothing that we need to worry about, surely.
Just try to be done before the sun goes down.
Oh, you're saying they're vampires?
No, they get a little fighty as they drink, but they only
Right.
drink in the evening.
Sounds like my kind of place.
I turned to Minstrel and I say, he's saying they're werewolves there. Nothing to worry about. That other bloke was a werewolf and he was nothing, was he?
Sounds like Goliaths to me.
Goliath, say? Goliath werewolves. No, that is a different story.
Did you ever hear the story of Balador the Mighty when he slayed the mighty Goliath?
In Sherwood?
Yes, I did hear that story, and I do believe it was from yourself. And he sounds like a very brave and handsome man, and he does, from the story, it sounds like he had an absolutely massive dick as well.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say I'll skip through it for the sake of time. I proceed to then tell the story again, ignoring Ramblers pointing out that I've already told it.
Fair
Roll a... Oh, I was going to say, if you could roll a performance check, I'll give you some money.
Up to you. You can just give him money or not for retelling of the story you've already heard.
Okay, I'm going to give him 4 platinum pieces.
Jesus.
Fucking
40
hell.
gold.
Yeah.
The halfling sitting behind the desk is going to listen to the story fascinated and says, Larkridge, I see. As he now jumps up and begins drawing a circle in the middle of the room.
Yes,
I
please, fellow halfling.
I pick Rambler up. No, I let the dog jump up on me so we're at head height.
Fair enough.
And I'll pick up Rambler.
Fair enough. Okay, so the dog is now doing the dancing trick with Minstrel as the spell circle is completed. Ah, I see you've remembered my unfortunate side effect. Anyway, I shall be teleporting you just to the south of Larkridge. You can head straight through and then make your way. Just, again, try to get out before the evening.
Right, and at that point I peek out the window to see what time of day it is.
It's about midday. You spent a bit of time chatting with Sand, and then teleporting back here didn't take any time, but dealing with the merchants took you a little bit.
So I've still got half a day of frost
You've got about 6 hours before the sun goes down.
We got about 6 hours before the sun goes down.
Okay, as the teleportation circle now completes. As you are now standing approximately 300-400 feet away from Larkridge. Larkridge itself is it looks like an odd place to be. Most of the buildings appear to be temporary, either lean-tos, tents, or similar quick put-up, quick take-down structures. They're not anything impressive. You do notice the residents seem rather tall.
Ah, I knew it.
Oh, these residents seem rather tall.
Everything seems rather tall to me, doesn't it?
Rambler. As we're perhaps walking, can you remind me why we're here?
Yes, of course I can. It's I think it's the nearest place that halfling could take us. For some reason he couldn't get us over the mountains, so we don't.
No, Rambler. I mean, why are we here? What's the job?
Go to Eshen.
Job. Yeah, we got to go to Eshen, and then we've got to kill someone of a different race to us.
I see. The usual bit of racial abuse. Got it.
Yes, and by race I could also mean species. At which point I'm going to do my little trick to check for robots and fat women within 5 miles.
Fair enough. Monstrosities. Got
Well, that's very
within
rude.
5 miles of Larkridge. Bear with me. No, that's and those are. No, you can't sense anything within 5 miles for constructs or. Oh no, you sense one construct. Sorry, about a mile to the north.
And we're south of Larkridge.
Yeah, it's
So am
past
I to-
Larkridge.
Oh, right. Okay.
Larkridge isn't a big place.
Why are we here? Torek, can you remember?
No, no clue.
Do you need me to re-explain
I
the
have
quest?
to say,
Yeah.
when we accepted the quest, I had been at the Pipeweed, so
Oh,
A while ago.
I also was not there when this quest was picked up. So I mean,
This was
that,
the
last
one
few-
explained to you by Jarek. You were there. This is the head. He managed to arrange a special job for you over in Eschen. You're going to go help out the head of the guard with an issue he's having, and in exchange, he's going to take you to a Naga they know is nearby.
I
Okay.
see.
yep, we're here to
Whoa.
give your nemesis that N asterisk G asterisk.
Aha. Okay. Well, we best get a foot on and try to get to Esham. And
Yep. Well, I suppose we don't need to stay in Larkwood. We could go straight on the way. Batu, you still got your magic tent? Sausages.
Gotta
Take
make
that,
our
yeah.
way through the Eastern Range first.
Mm.
It looks like a road.
I'll say. So I'm guessing you just want to join the path and start heading towards the Eastern Range.
Probably
Okay.
best, yeah.
You join the road out a short way south of your current location. Oh, hang on.
Keep an eye out for caves.
You want to keep an eye out for caves?
Do we? I don't know.
Not
It's up to
really.
you.
Do we want to put that to a vote?
I'll vote no.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote no, just because I'd like to get this Naga out of the way.
Fair enough. Okay. As you head onto the road, you begin finding your way around. It's a sturdy track, but it's not paved or cobbled. It's mostly a dirt trail as you've reached this far out. You begin following it round to the Eastern Range and come to the foot of the mountain towards sunset. Oh no, just after sunset, sorry. So it's dark. You can see the path leads up onto the mountains. It climbs and snakes round.
Well,
So
gentlemen,
it'd be a good day's climb even with the path.
perhaps we should have a quick. Well, not a quick. We should rest for the evening and set up camp.
I think
You
it'd be
say
best to
you'd
go
like
through
to
these
camp.
mountains. Yeah.
In that case, I will cook us the best meal we've ever had to inspire us for our heroic adventures tomorrow. I would like to attempt to.
Can we have it? Should we put a tent up first?
Well, you guys can put
Maybe
the
a
tent
little
up.
tiny hut.
I'll go and find something to kill.
Yep. So I've
And we
cast
think-
tiny hut wherever the tent's been placed.
Okay, the tent is currently on Batu's back, so
Oh, that's why I said
Set
wherever
it
it's
up,
been
yeah.
placed, set up.
fair
Right.
enough.
It hasn't been placed yet. I'm going hunting.
Okay, so Rambler, make a survival check.
Oh, I didn't think you'd make me roll for it.
Yep.
Of course.
Of course, fucking of course.
Let's see, you
Dungeons
can
and
capture it.
Dragons.
20. And
Fake
out of
20.
unnatural 20. Anyway, also, anything tracking you gets disadvantage on the roll, right?
I'm going to have to double check that.
I'm fairly certain it is.
Oh, didn't mean to copy my name as well.
That's fine. I assume that's for...
That's
For
for
Batu.
me. Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
think
The
for the
natural
meal.
1 is going to cancel out your 20.
No, it's for the meal.
Oh, for the meal, my apologies. I thought that was going to be the wolf helping you hunt.
No, I've rolled a 20 to hunt, so I'm
Fair
all
enough.
with that. Right, and I'll just read up on that while you do this thing.
Yeah, sure. So you managed to catch and bring back, as well as a number of small rabbits, a slightly larger young deer, brought back to the camp. Cooking it into a fine meal, or gourmet meal, sorry. It's a little gamey, the stew you produce with it, but it's still delicious. And I'm just going to go with it's probably disadvantaged for the hunter, because just to save me time.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, but I got a massive wall of text on my fucking.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just go with it. It's fine. I got a 1 on the first roll, so either way.
The hunter, you say?
For the ranger, sorry.
The ranger.
Yeah, your class.
Oh, I thought you meant we were being tracked by a hunter.
No. Things trying to track you get disadvantage.
Yeah, but you said it's disadvantage for the hunter, so I was like, "Who is this hunter?"
It's disadvantage because of the ranger. I meant, sorry.
Yeah, I understand that now.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. So you spend the evening having now set up the tent, I assume, from Bartu's pack. And are we having a tiny hut minstrel? Yes or no?
I've already
We're in it.
cast it.
Sitting
Okay.
in it. Yeah.
Okay, you guys are sitting in it. You've enjoyed a nice meal. The next morning rolls around, and as the sun crests over the eastern side of the mountain range, you can see the task ahead of you. It looks like it would be about a day to get to the summit.
Well, there's no time
It'll be
like the
about a
present.
day to get up there.
Are we going for the summit or are we crossing the mountain? I mean,
Do you want to try and cross at the lowest point, taking the path, or you could climb all the way up? Up to you.
what say you, Rambler? You're the outdoorsy type. Should we climb the mountain
Well,
and
if I knew
conquer it,
these,
or should we just quickly cross it?
if I knew these parts, I'd say we take a cave through the mountain. But I don't see any point in climbing a mountain if we don't need to.
That's my thought exactly.
Don't need to be a ranger to know that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
So
so
you
we
can
take
go
the path.
quick crossing.
Quickest route.
It takes you about 6 hours to midday before you begin descending. As you begin descending the far side of the mountains, you notice a sudden shift on the far side. Despite not being at the highest elevation, you can still see for some distance, but the trees, the plants and foliage as you begin coming down the bottom of the mountain, all have changed substantially. The plants seem larger, more, to use a very long word, and if anyone needs any clarification, more Paleolithic.
To Batu Sasula.
Needs the clarification?
Paleolithic is a period in history, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's more to when the dinosaurs were around.
I know these. I've heard tales about these the jungles of Esherin. We have to keep on our toes, keep our wits up, because there could be dino swars around here.
As you reach the bottom, having said this, you can now quite clearly see across some of the plains, Rambler and Torek, I assume with your passive perceptions, you'd be able to notice there are some dinosaurs wandering in the distance.
You see, told you, minstrel. Look over there. You see that? I said,
I can't
dino
see
swar.
shit.
Nope, he does not have the passive perception. He could try and look, to be fair. Make a perception check.
I mean, perception is that you notice something, isn't it? Not that you see it. And
He's
he's an elf.
looking at a long distance for it.
He's an elf. What's the point in the old saying? What do your elf eyes see?
That's Lord of the Rings.
I'll be
Not
Lord of
this.
your ring in a minute.
I don't see shit.
Fair enough, you're not going to bother trying to look. Okay.
No, I
So-
said I rolled a 9.
The wrong chat again.
You're in the wrong channel again, that's why I
Ah,
can't see
for
it.
fuck's sake.
I thought it was
9,
18.
okay. Yeah, 9. You can see some shapes moving in the distance.
Looks
Uh,
like shapes to me.
Shapes, yeah.
The sun
dinosaur
was getting in
shape.
your eyes. It's unfortunate.
Perhaps we should push onwards.
Yes.
Okay. You heading along the road?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see
Uh,
why not.
Your options. I'm just giving them to you. So you head along the road about an
Just
hour or so. Oops, sorry.
I was just going to say, just out of character, I don't think we're going to make it to be able to do anything today, so there's no point rushing it.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll get you at least to Eshen, and you probably have time to do that quest, to be fair. So as you head along the road, you begin to notice one of the creatures is beginning to move steadily closer to you. It's up on its hind legs. Its scaly hide and large head worries you greatly.
I would like to try and identify this creature.
Make a nature check.
Minstrel, you see those legs there? Do they look like trunks to you, or do they look like more like small trees?
I would like to assist Rambler.
I see. Go for it.
Or 2d20 K, I said, wasn't it? K1.
Yeah, K1.
Oh,
Ooh, 4. It's a big lizard monster. That's about what you got.
it's a big lizard monster.
Probably a dinosaur.
Right.
Well, let's perhaps continue onwards. It doesn't
Maybe
look
we
like.
should give the monster a wide berth.
Yeah, that might be wise.
Just ignore it and go past.
I
Sure, it
I-
won't do anything.
With my perception of 4, can I see if it's got sharp teeth or flat teeth?
mate, you can make a perception roll to try and spot that.
Oh, okay.
$24. Sharp teeth and large claws.
Right. I don't know what kind of dinosaur it is, but I do know it's a monster, a scaled monster, and I do know it wants to eat things. It eats
It's
meat.
also standing on its hind legs.
Yes, perhaps we should give it a wide berth.
And I think
Yeah.
it's dancing.
It's coming slowly towards you as well. You're going to notice, Rambler.
It's coming slowly towards us. I say
It's
we get the
starting
fuck
to
out of
follow
here.
you.
Let's go now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so are we quickly running on, or are we just going to continue walking at a steady pace?
I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Fair enough. I will need stealth rolls then against this thing's ability to hunt you.
Pass with that trace as well. Yeah. Oof, that's lucky I had that such a big plus to that.
Oh yeah, me too.
Damn, they're shit rolls.
But 31 fair. Oh, sorry, it's alright. It's going to lose track of you as your shadow disappears, and you leave no footprints with Pass Without Trace as well.
Yes.
There goes one of my spells, my level 2 spell slots.
By the end of the day, you're reaching the edge of the forest. It's up to you. Do you want to set up camp inside the forest or outside the forest?
I'm going to check for monsters and constructs.
Monstrosities.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me just check something. You can't sense any monstrosities at this point or constructs.
Right.
It's 5
Minstrel?
miles, right?
Yeah. Minstrel,
Yeah.
can you see any reason that we shouldn't set up camp here?
I think it makes no difference where we set up camp because I will put a tiny hut up.
Right.
Fair.
Well, I'll get Batu to put up a tiny tent, and you can put up a tiny hut.
Sounds like a plan to me, Stan.
And you'll have to forgive me if we wake up in the morning and my tiny cock's up. Happens sometimes.
Fair enough. You spend the night in the tiny hut once again in relative comfort. Are you hunting again, Rambler?
No, not this
No,
time.
okay, rations this time. So
Rations.
everyone can mark off 1 lot of rations for this one, and 1 lot for the
I
morning.
will cook
I'm
it.
having salted fish.
Fair enough.
Batu is offended.
I'd pass Batu a salted fish.
Nice.
Fair enough.
And I don't think the meal was very gourmet.
It wasn't great. But anyway, you wake up the next morning. There's nothing nearby, but you can hear small animals running around in the forest.
It's small animals running around in the forest.
Yes,
So
I
I'm
hear
gonna
that
check.
too. Perhaps
Perhaps.
something happened, or not.
Or it's a forest and lots of animals live here.
Do you know what? If it looks like a duck and it smells like a duck, it's probably a duck. That's what us rangers always say.
I agree.
I agree. Let's start the day's trek anew, I suppose.
Okay.
Keeping
so you
our
spend
eyes
the
open.
day- Okay, keeping your eyes open. I will need a quick. We'll just average out a perception roll. So just make 1 perception check each, and we'll see how it goes.
Including the dog.
Including the dog, why not?
You have to tell me what kind of perception it is then.
Eyes and anything.
Eyes and anything. I can't remember if eyes and anything.
Eyes, ears, smell, anything.
Hearing or smell, so not.
Yeah, give him advantage for it then. He might smell something coming. 17, 15, 10,
And I got a 4 for the dog.
and a 4 for the dog.
No, I mean a
Oh, okay. Fair enough, that makes more sense.
12.
Okay, an 8. Or, no, 12, sorry.
12.
12. Okay, so you see small herbivore dinosaurs, as well as a few primates moving through the forest. No, that's only when he does it on action. So you spend the day working your way through the forest without much incident. You do hear above you, above the canopy layer, several what you would understand to be flying dinosaurs, as from what you've glanced, seeing them through the canopy, flying above you. Before you make it at sundown to the far side of the forest without incident. You can now see Eshen off in the distance, but you figure by the time you get to it, you'd need to. You could either travel at night to get to it and reach it by probably just gone midnight to the next morning.
Do you think, Rambler, we should push on, or do you think we should set up camp again?
To be honest with you, I'm keen to stay in the wilderness no matter what. I mean, I'd be happy to just not actually go into the town and sleep outside and only go in there on business. But you city folk, you may want to sleep in an inn or something. So I say we camp one more night out in the wilderness.
I'm happy to camp out in the wilderness.
Okay. Are you using tiny hut again, or?
Yep.
Okay.
I keep marking it off. There's no point doing that.
No, you're supposed to get a long rest. You only use it before you take a long rest.
But before I go to sleep, I'd just like to try something outside of a tiny hut with Rambler. Can I perhaps try something with your trusty companion Bartu?
Well, he's an independent beast. You have to get his approval yourself.
I pass him a salted fish and say, Bartu, would you like to be big and strong for a little bit? I would just like to try out a new spell.
Sausages.
Salted fish.
Okay.
And I haven't got tiny hut up yet, have I?
No.
Okay. So I'd like to just walk away from the tent, leading Bartu with me, and I'd like Rambler to follow because I'd like to show off.
Rambler is following.
And then I'm going to look at Bartu, and I'm going to cast Polymorph and turn him into a T-Rex.
T-Rex is a bit above the thing it can turn into, I believe, but I'll double check.
I wasn't sure because I know it has to be the same level or lower, but I saw the armor class of a T-Rex was 14, so I assumed it was lower.
I'm gonna say
I'm pretty sure you can polymorph into a T-Rex because it's a meme.
target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. Okay, so the target has a T-Rex has a challenge rating of 8.
So the target is Batu, right?
Yeah, but he's trying to turn it into a T-Rex, so he wouldn't be able to do that till next level.
Batu is level 6.
Damn.
I thought you leveled up last time.
Yeah, but he's one level well, I assume he's one level lower because he starts with 2 hit dice and then doesn't gain hit dice until level 4. So.
Yeah, so you're right. He's a little lower than you.
Okay. Can I pick another dinosaur?
Sure. Would you like Allosaurus? It's the nearest thing.
Allosaurus?
Yeah, go on, Allosaurus.
That's only a CR2, but.
Oh, you.
Well,
no,
hang on. Let me just type in Saurus and I can see what you can come up with.
Let's just do an Allosaurus. I mean, we're literally doing it for nothing.
Okay, the strongest thing he could turn into is a Brontosaurus?
Yeah, Brontosaurus.
Yeah, Brontosaurus, yes.
Okay, that's the long-necked one.
Right, how long does polymorph last?
That's a good question.
Good question. I think it lasts an hour.
Half an hour.
Up to an hour.
How many trees can a Brontosaurus eat in an hour?
Oh no!
Probably quite a lot. It's a big thing.
If he was
Just
really
make
going
it
for
look like one, he wouldn't actually think like one or anything.
No, he'd still want
still
to
want to
keep
be-
his regular diet.
Yeah,
No, he wants to eat trees. He's a Brontosaurus.
he's
Okay.
not wolf looking like a
Yeah, he's got wolf brain Brontosaurus body.
I assume that means a Brontosaurus stomach and a Brontosaurus digestive system.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. The wolf brain instinct would still take over, I'd say, because he's still got his own mind.
Are you not letting me do this really fun and cool RP moment where I eat half the forest?
Yeah, I don't think, because I know it's limited to its actions by the nature of its new form.
Yeah, that means it can only make the attacks. It couldn't like
I'm
use a
looking up
weapon
the
or something.
spell. I'm looking it up. That's it.
Yeah,
I've done it
that's
now.
fine. It retains its alignment and personality. Is
Yeah,
the line I was
I'm-
going
I'm-
for.
I'm just thinking,
personality is it wanting to eat everything, but it's changed. Its physical form has changed, which has turned it into a vegetarian.
He mostly wants to eat sausages, though.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I mean,
you're going to hear a giant sausage.
if he
No, his
was to,
personality isn't sausages. His personality is just food, but he thinks the word for food is sausages.
I see.
because if he were to say, as an Allosaurus, eat meat, presumably that would just kill him. Because they're
You mean like a
herbivores.
He gets stomach
I
ache.
mean, he'd struggle to eat meat, but technically he could swallow it.
But the
without
fact
much
that
of an
his vice is he eats anything. I mean,
True, he could, but I wouldn't say he'd consider trees food.
I would argue he probably would. Like, he seems an intelligent creature. He would know what he can and can't eat.
Oh yeah, but for a wolf, meat is food, bread is food, anything like that you would give to the dog. My dogs wouldn't try to eat trees.
Rotting basilisk meat.
Again, my dogs would try and eat that. But I would say grass, certainly he'd consider. Bushes, maybe, because my dogs do eat those.
I'm sorry.
Right, so
but-
you're drawing a difference between a bush and a tree.
A bush
Can
has
I
no
just
bark
ask-
on it.
I've
Well,
never
is-
seen a
is
dog
there- is
chew
there
on
a
a tree.
reason-
He's not actually going to eat a tree. I think he wanted to eat the leaves off the tree, didn't he?
Yeah, like a fucking brontosaurus would or a giraffe.
Yeah, they
He's
don't
good.
eat
Carry on.
trees.
They're not. Okay, fine. I'll let him eat the thing off the top, considering it's going to be the size of a bush to him. But I'm going to say he's not going to get through a lot because they're not fast-moving creatures, and it takes them a long time to chew anything with flat teeth.
I'm
Okay.
clapping, and I'm heavily amused.
He's eating trees. Thank
gonna-
you.
Going
Only
to eat
took
the
us 10
leaves off
minutes.
trees.
We got there in the end. I'm allowed to for this for no reason in particular. Just make him eat trees. Just
I
'cause
was
it's
quite
funny.
hoping to get Torek to a certain point today.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll might get to it because we still got half hour. But to be honest, it looks like we might just get to the Eshan and then call it there.
Make something else up.
I'm going to now head back to
We could
camp.
always just go on later. We
Got
went
a
on
tiny
to
hut.
we went on to nearly midnight last night.
This is true. If you want to get through it to that point, Matt.
I don't mind going on later because I actually don't have to get up at 6 o'clock tomorrow like I did this morning.
I mean, I'll play until any time. That's not a problem.
Yeah, okay, we can carry on for a bit. Okay, so you spend the next after an evening camping. You notice there's not much. I'm going to skip you straight to Eshan and say you get there a little after midday,
Oh,
Looks like a pretty basic.
as opposed to just describing the travel. So after the next day's travel, you arrive in Eshan and are greeted by two tabaxi wearing large headwear, which comes down over their eyes, as well as plated metal armor.
I asked one of the taxis how much it is to the centre of town.
I'm going to leave that joke alone and just carry on. The tabaxi are, I was going to say, it's about 100 yards to the centre of town.
Like, should I just Google tabaxi? I'm just going to Google.
Probably wise, they're cat people.
people. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Khajiit.
think you might have known
They're
that one,
Khajiit.
sorry.
like Khajiit.
Yeah, basically. Similar varieties,
They're like a,
ranging
sort of
from...
a weird anime, slightly sexual version of Khajiits from the pictures I've got on on Google.
Look at the player's handbook one, or not the player's, the D&D guide one. It'll help.
Tiny tools. Sometimes they have pictures.
Something like that, just to give you a better idea of what they should roughly look like.
Found quite a good picture that's like it's just the grumpy cat in light armor with two daggers. You know the grumpy cat.
Okay, let's
That's
copy
what they
image,
look like.
paste. There you go. There's one coming up now. That's the kind of idea.
Oh right,
Happy?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's thin cat people.
egg
More.
thieves.
Sorry?
Lean
Okay.
and gamey.
Yeah, lean and gamey. They're going to be slightly off-put by Tabatu as he's standing there.
Batu is going to take their off-putness as thinking that they're playing, and he's going to start wagging his tail and half bark howling at them, jumping up and down.
They are both going to go for their weapons as he begins this behavior.
Rambler says, "No, no, stop it, Batu. You're scaring these people. They don't realise you mean to play."
Please, if you could keep that animal under control.
No, he's friendly. He only harms people who harm me.
Yes. Still, just do you have a leash?
A leash. I turn to Mizra and I say,
Maybe some rope.
"What's a leash?"
It's a means to oppress your animal, I believe.
I turn back to the Khajiit and I say, "Why would you want to oppress my friend?"
Not so much oppress, merely control.
Oh, trust me, he is under control. He's completely under control. He's never done anything out of my control. You have my word. He won't do anything wrong.
Very well. Why are you here? Is there anyone I can help you find?
I'm just going to go for a whiz.
Sure.
We
you
came here.
I believe our friend Torek is looking for a wizard.
Is he?
Yeah, he did just say he's going for a whiz.
Okay.
So I think
Again, you guys wanted to get to something to actually do this session, so we'll move you on and say you asked for the guard captain.
Yeah, I mean, I only said that because I have no idea why we're here. Matt's the one who seems to remember.
Fair. So Torek is going to come forward and say you're looking for the guard captain in relation to a job which was arranged for you. At which point you're going to be taken to a strange-looking building in the centre of town. It's round, it's got long overhanging... Basically, I want to explain the whole thing with this. It's essentially a Chinese village. Where you've arrived. To give you an idea of how the structure's set out. Traditional large jade statues, green overhanging
Paddy
things.
water.
No rice, but close.
Not a
Just
fan of its architecture.
It's the furthest eastern point in the entire map, so it's what I wrote it as.
And I'm even less fond of these locals.
You don't like cat people?
No, they keep yiffing at me.
Fair enough.
What is a yiff?
A
That sounds like an anti-Semitic derogatory term.
As you are shown to the large building in the centre of town with its overhanging oars and... Is it oars? Eaves, sorry, not oars. Overhanging eaves and green slate roof tiling. You are going to hear a large booming voice coming from inside. Yes! Come in!
I think we better go in.
I walk in.
As the large doors swing open, you are greeted by a rather beefy-looking tabaxi. It's unusual for them as a general rule.
He's a
He's-
tubby kitty. I
He's
say
gonna
out loud.
appear far more like a snow leopard. White fur with black markings. You say out loud he's a tubby kitty. What language are you saying that in?
Draconic.
Okay, good call. I just thought I'd give you a chance to save yourself.
I think Torek's going to let out a little giggle.
Fair enough. Ah, hello. I am to understand you are from the Adventurers Guild. He's going to say, scratching the side of his face.
Right, you are. I believe you have a job for us.
Yes. Simple. I need some escorts for my son, as he's going to whistle loudly. Very simple. His first hunt, he cannot take any of the hunters from the village with him, but he may take up to 4 guards with him.
So, hold on. When you say escorts, do you mean a guard convoy, or do you mean the escorts a bard like me would be accustomed to?
He didn't say
Yeah.
escort, he said escort. Slight difference.
Oh,
Might-
he said it with a whistle. I mean, I'm just reading into the subtext of the conversation here. Your
you
young
would
son.
be assisting him with his first hunt.
Ah, okay. I say with a bit of a disappointed sigh.
The task is very simple. He must slay an Allosaurus out from the fields. I'm sure you saw a few of them towards your way in.
I'm sure we saw a few of them. Rambler drops his head
The
and slinks
rules
back into the
merely
shadows.
the rules merely imply that he needs to claim the killing blow himself.
Oh,
How you-
FYI, I'm rolling a D6 for my bracelet that I forgot to do.
Sure, you can probably fill that to full because you've been about 4 days. The odds of it not being, yeah, it's full charged.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking.
Stop with the pictures.
It's Tabaxis.
Jesus
Tabaxi.
Christ. Anyway,
He just needs a killing blow or an Allosaurus.
yes, I'm sure it's well within your range to assist him with that. How you do that is going to be up to you. Now,
How strong are these Allosauruses?
I'd rather fight 5 of them than 1 T-Rex.
I see. Quite.
As his sun is now going to emerge down from somewhere upstairs, you're not entirely sure, you assume the attic. He's going to be dressed in the local armor style, which I will pull up a quick picture for you guys to get an idea.
I really hope it's one Ozzy's been posting.
No, to a rough idea. There
That
we
one's
go.
even got dinosaurs in it. What are the chances of that?
There we go.
And
That style of armor.
It's got Tabatu in it.
It's almost the same hat.
It is almost the same hat. It is worrying how close he was with that.
Very Chinese style armor.
Yeah, it's kind of my eastern area for the entire map.
Well, the very best knees.
Picture.
So with that, he's going to be standing there. His plated metal armor is going to be basically hanging off him. The boy is skinny.
Now, I am to believe, Mr. Guard Captain, that as part of this arrangement of us helping your son, you were going to point us in the direction of a, dare I say it, Naga?
Yes. I know where the Narca is. I'll take you there myself.
Right, you
I
are.
have some mounts which will allow us to get there easily within a day.
Well, I'm happy to help your son down this Allosaurus. It sounds like a rather simple task.
Be done in no time.
I've killed many dragons in my time. A Allosaurus will be no issue.
Remember, my son needs to be the one to claim the killing blow.
Of course. But obviously,
Also-
me being a bard, I wouldn't be doing any. There'd be no risk of me doing a killing blow. Perhaps my comrades here, this mage of sorts, should maybe be nudged into restraint. Look, Torek, it is third eye, implying try not to kill it.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
It's
So
safe.
he's going to say, yes, and you can just refer to him as Boy for now. He'll have his name once he's finished his first hunt.
Boy cat, got it.
Oh, come then, boy.
Come on, boy. Let's go get you an Allosaurus kill.
Why? Seriously? I love it, but why? Oh dear. Okay. So the small boy is going to come forward. You'd estimate his age, if he was a human, he'd be about a 12-year-old teenager. 12 to 13 years old sort of age if he was human.
Yeah, 12's not a teenager.
No, I realised that as I said it. To be honest, I realised exactly as I said it, but that was wrong.
Right.
He's
It's
going
boy.
to have a bow and arrow on his back, as well as a short sword strapped to his waist.
Please refer to the picture I linked with the bow and arrow Tabaxi.
No sword on that one.
Right, boy. You think you're ready for this?
I hope so. I don't want to be eaten.
I think I have a cunning plan.
I see.
They
Well,
will subdue an Allosaurus for you. and allow you to slaughter it mercilessly.
Young child, do you know anything about Allosauri? Are they hard to kill?
The hunters often hunt 2 or 3 to bring back in a day,
Right.
and that's including tracking them.
Are their hides thick? And how many times do you have to stab them to kill them?
I've seen it done with a single blow from my father.
I see.
So what you're saying is, if you can't pull this off, you're going to be a laughing stock of your entire village.
Well, at least of the Hunters Guild, yes.
Oh, you best not muck it up then.
And would you consider yourself a country folk or a city folk?
I live in this small township, so country, I suppose.
Right. Right you are then. Let's find you an Allosaurus.
Fair enough. As I assume you're going to head out into the wilderness to try and track one.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, make a nature check first, and followed by a survival check.
I could do tracking and stuff, don't I? I get good things when I'm tracking.
You get advantage on tracking things, yeah.
So do I get advantage on these?
Yeah. I'll say nature check is to identify the... There we go. Minstrel's managed to identify the tracks.
So I need survival.
So you need survival with advantage.
2d20 plus 7k1. Ah, nearly. I nearly did it.
Got the roll.
We've only
So-
been playing D&D for like
60 hours?
I see loads of people doing that all the time. I'm pretty sure one of you lot did it last week as well. So,
Fair enough.
so
So 21.
it's
You
not
may-
it's not 21, it's 14 or 7, isn't it?
No, it's plus
Yeah,
7.
it's plus
Oh,
7.
yeah.
It is
Yeah,
21.
plus 7.
That K1 thing's actually pretty helpful.
Hmm.
Like KY jelly.
Aw. Okay, so with that, you're going to manage to follow an Allosaurus about 100 yards away from the creature. You're now hunkered down, ready to spring into any action you want to do.
Right,
You've got time to prepare.
Well,
Mittens.
I've got my quarterstaff out.
Mittens.
Okay.
Mittens, there's one there. Do you know anything about laying traps?
Traps aren't my specialty. I've been practicing my archery, though.
Well, I could try and set down some roots that will entangle the beast. Well, they might entangle the beast, depending on how strong he is. And that fella looks quite strong, but I could try and set one of those down. We could try and lure him into it.
I see. We could try. Hang on. It's just going to check something on your entangle spell. If you think that'll work.
I assume you're checking it for me to see if it'll work.
Basically.
I think it will.
It's a strength saving throw against your DC. So up to you to try.
Yeah.
It can affect the creature, is what I was checking. Just making sure it wasn't, because some of them don't affect creatures which are bigger than large.
Well, folks, party, I'm addressing everybody now. I'd say there's probably not a very high chance it'll work, but it might be a good start, unless anybody else has a better suggestion.
I can
Oh,
help you
I've-
set up a trap.
I would like to perhaps remind the party. All I've got to get is 2 successful hits. My trusty quarterstaff, and it's silence, deafened, and blinds,
I see.
which
Right.
is a
I
very overpowered weapon. But
I
here
could
we
do
go.
that with these. I could do that with these tridents actually, and I can throw these tridents, so I wouldn't even need to get close.
That
You would have
sounds
to
like an even
tune
better
those
idea.
tridents. Oh, no, they're not attuned, are they? No. Yeah.
They're not attuned. Although, with tridents, do they count as ammunition or do they count as a single weapon? I.e., if I
Single
wanted to-
weapons. They're thrown weapons.
So I'd have to have 2 equipment slots.
Yeah, basically.
I guess I'll do that now. Though I guess I'll equip 2 tridents and my short sword.
And the short sword you're going with.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Okay, I'm just going to set up a quick map for this. It's just going to be flat plain so you can get an idea. Because it's not going to be...
All right. So should I cast entangle?
Up to you. The creature's going to be facing that
I
way
was-
away from
I
you.
was
I
asking.
mean,
I
if
was
it's
asking-
if it's entangled, silenced, deafened, and blinds, we're making it very easy for this young
Yes,
young
but
cat boy.
He was talking
it
to
worked
Randall.
well on the. It worked well on that stone golem, and he was quite a strong fellow. So
go for it, I think.
There's a gopher.
Oh.
Where?
Fair enough.
Good eating those creatures.
So,
Right, I'm going to cast Entangle then.
okay, so as you cast Entangle towards the creature, he is going to have to make a
Not-
strength saving throw.
Not on him, but like in between us and him. Wait,
Uh,
isn't Entangle the one where... Hold on, let me just check it.
20-foot starting point from range. Yeah, so it's a 20-foot from wherever you cast it.
Right, it's Spike Growth, the one that people can spot if they see you casting it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna entangle him.
Sure.
I'm gonna put it straight on top of him.
And your spell save is...
Actually, no, I'm not gonna put it straight on top of him. I'm gonna put it so the westmost part of the 20-foot square he's at the edge of. And
So
my
it's
spell
cast
save,
past him.
yeah, and my
Yeah.
spell save DC is 15.
15. He gets 15, so it just breaks out
Right.
of the vines. So with that, that's not worked, and he is now looking towards you as he's turned round. Not that makes a huge difference. I
So
will
he's
need
angry at
initiative
us.
rolls.
How does he know it was us that attacked him?
I'm going to say he's probably heard you as you were casting the spell because it requires verbal.
With the trident and the staff, if I hit him with one trident and then Chris bonks it with a staff, does it still
You
work?
don't know.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so I can take a quick guess at where this is going.
I'm going.
Minstrel gets 22. Okay. So
We're
he's
doing
done.
initiative, right?
Yeah,
sorry.
initiative rolls.
I've got this written down in my notepad, so I can just copy and paste it.
Fair enough.
So, do I get to re-roll the one? No, because it's
Yeah, you take the higher roll, so you wouldn't. Okay, so you're actually going to be lower, and one for Tabatu. 21, he's going to be second. With the Allosaurus third, and Boy to be 12 plus 2 is 14. So just after the Allosaurus. Okay, so Minstrel, you're up first.
Well, Gestion's not going to work, is it? No. I'm going to cast... How far away am I from it? How many
5,
squares
10,
is it?
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet.
I'm going to take a shot with a longbow.
Okay, make an attack roll. Well, I put his health down.
Is it +7? I think it is, isn't it?
7 for your longbow, yeah.
Jesus.
21 will hit.
Really do have a high dexterity.
Yeah, he put that up instead of charisma. I was surprised. 7. Okay. So it goes to that much. Okay, next is Bartu.
Wait,
Unless you want to move.
bonus action. I'm casting Inspiration on Catboy.
Okay, so Catboy gets an inspiration dice. It's a D8, isn't it?
D8.
Okay, I'll just put that to one side so I can remember it. Okay,
Can Batu move? Where
we move 40 feet. So we can't get next to it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh no, we can get just to it. Up to you.
He's Batu. Yeah, he's going to.
Okay.
I assume a 24 hits.
Yeah, 24 is going to hit.
Jesus. Oh God. An 11. Oh God. Please don't die.
It's not dead.
Is he knocked over though? That's the question.
Strength check against 11, isn't it?
I
He
think
is not 12.
Jesus, he's rolled one above both of my attempts to crowd control.
Oh no, one was equal. But because he was the one saving, it counts.
I was being poetic.
Okay, my apologies. Okay, so the creature is now... what's his attacks? I suppose he's got to make a bite attack against Bartu. Since he's the only one in range. Although, actually, the wolf is quite small. He might charge past towards the rest of the party. and make a pounce attack instead because it's more interesting.
Attack of opportunity,
Yep, go for it. Sorry, it's 5.
but not
10,
with
15,
advantage.
20, 25, 30.
Do I get advantage on the
I
reaction?
want to say at that distance, no. Not when now the creature's in between you and Bartu. 10's
10.
not going to hit. So he's going to snap at it and just miss the tail. Okay, so with that, he's going to launch a pounce attack. So with that, he's going to swing his large claw towards Rambler as he jumps towards him. Gets a... And he's going to hit 14.
No.
So he lands there. As the claw sails directly over your head.
Yeah. As I see his full weight coming towards me, I kind of fall/tumble backwards, but manage to keep my feet, hold myself up with my little halfling hands.
Fair enough. Next is the boy's turn. It's now right next to him, so he's going to attempt to stab it in the shin with his short sword. And is not going to beat the armor class, as his blow does not strike true. Next, Torek. You can ask and use a bonus action to work out what you want to be able to do. Also, don't forget what that eye does for you. You can ask me how the creature's looking at any point.
How's it looking?
No, on your turn.
Well, yeah, how?
It'll be your bonus action to inspect how weak the creature looks.
Alright. I'll use it.
You'll use that?
Yeah.
Okay. The creature looks as though it's still above. It's not even half worn out yet.
So it's got another 20 HP.
It's got at least another 20 HP.
Not too bad then. I might actually run up to it
Gonna move into it?
and yeah, I just need to check something. Yeah, I'm gonna I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to make a melee spell attack and shock and grasp it.
Sure. Make your melee attack roll.
Don't know what my melee is.
It's the same as your.
Is it just my any spell?
Hang on, let's pull up. It's shocking grasp, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll put it up, it'll have it on it. It's the same as. So you make a melee attack with your proficiency and spellcasting modifier on it.
Bloody
So
hell.
the same as your ranged spell attack, just
Mm.
melee range. So
I've
go
lost
for it.
Discord. Yes.
So 7. So yeah, I think plus 7.
9
9, yeah.
with the thing on it.
20. 20 will hit. So
Yeah.
roll for damage. And you're above level 5, so it's 2d8.
Yeah.
15. Okay.
Higher
The
than
creature sparks up with a small amount of electricity flowing through its body.
although if it matters, it can't take any reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay, so if anyone moves away, there's no attack to opportunity.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reaction it can take, to be honest.
Aye.
Rambler, you're up. It's looking a little rougher now after that electrocution.
I am going to raise my shield up in the air, and I'm going to say, "Look, boy, it's wounded there. Hit it there!" And I'm going to aid him in his next attack.
I assume Bartu. Or the half,
said
or the
boy.
Nazi, the boy, sorry.
Rambler.
Okay, no problem.
Should
So
have
you're going to
Rambler.
give him advantage on his next attack?
Yeah, and didn't I get a dog attack? Didn't he win advantage? I mean, initiative.
Yeah, Bartu's already been.
Oh, of course, because I rolled super low. Sorry, I'm not used to
Yeah,
rolling.
you're way down the end of the turn
Yeah,
order.
I was at the end of the turn. My bad. Yeah.
Okay, so we come
I'm
back
giving-
round to Minstrel.
Oh, Jesus. Tell you what, I will take another shot.
Okay, make an attack roll.
What about sleep?
26 will hit. You're, I'm guessing, very glad that wasn't a crit.
Yeah. That. I mean, to be honest, I don't do much damage anyway. I don't think there's much chance of me one-shotting it.
With a crit, you'd be surprised how quick
Yeah.
damage can stack up.
You've got a maximum of 12.
5, okay. So
Is there
it's
a
now
reason-
bleeding quite heavily from the wounds you've inflicted.
Is there a reason you didn't sleep it? I thought that was the plan.
Because the boy needs to kill it. There's no point sleeping it. It's just going to waste a spell slot.
You sleep it and then he stabs it.
He's going to stab it in a minute anyway.
He's got advantage either way, to be fair.
Mm.
And an inspiration dice.
And an inspiration dice, which I will remember. Next is Bartu.
Bartu is going to run up to it. And then Rambler is going to shout, "No, boy! Other boy! Stay!"
Yeah, this is the problem with Boy and Bartu.
You're racist. You're calling
I
black
should have
people
considered.
boys.
Okay. So the boy is going to attempt to make a attack with a short sword once again. Oh no, Allosaurus first. He's going to make a bite attack against based on who's next to him. Torek, because he's the one who just electrocuted him.
Makes sense.
So with that, he gets a 14.
I am 14, yeah.
So it just hits. So you
14.
take.
You are Chris's favourite age.
Oh, make it
Oh,
creepy
thanks.
one.
His age is 20, but still.
So you take 14 points of piercing damage as its bite clamps down onto your shoulder before releasing.
Did I just completely make up that we were going to sleep him? Because I thought
No, I think Minstrel's original plan was to hit him with the quarterstaff, but because he can move quite far, that didn't happen.
Oh, I think I was going to suggest it and then I forgot to.
Fair enough. Oh well. Okay, so next is the boy's turn, who is going to make an attack with his short sword again.
And his
Advantage.
he needs it.
Advantage, thank you. And gets a nat 20. So that's going to hit.
Course he fucking does.
Advantage is rather helpful for me because I roll really well normally. So damage is 1d6 for the short sword. Gets a 5, which gets doubled to 10, plus his dexterity modifier. 3. Okay, marvellous. So with that, as the Allosaurus turns towards him to chomp down once again, he's going to launch his sword directly up into the underside of its jaw as he stabs it directly into the brain, and it bleeds all over his white fur. The creature is downed and dead.
Ah,
Boy,
victory.
W, Sir Fluffykins.
But he's going to look at you and say, "Please don't let my father make that my name. I get enough stick as it is, to be honest."
I have a feeling Tabaxi are not going to shit all over their own culture.
I'm actually quite glad Doris wasn't here for this because I'm fairly sure she would have just killed it in her first action.
I mean, I could have.
To be fair, it had 51 HP.
Oh, I could have nearly killed it.
They're a big tank of hit points, but they're not a lot of damage. Or a high AC.
I definitely could have killed it in one turn. Without a doubt.
Well, with your new bloody sword
Shh,
tattoo,
don't
probably.
you tell them anything.
Okay.
Give away the secrets.
Well, with coordinated attack and things like that. Pack tactics, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, so with that, we can... You've got the choice. You can head straight back to the village, or you can clean the blood off the poor boy.
Well,
No.
Batu already
Eat the
started
blood.
licking it. He's licking it off already.
And we need the blood on him. It's proof.
All right, you're gonna have to pull Batu off yourself then.
Try and
Okay.
do that.
Alright.
Make a strength check against Bartu.
It's not going to be good.
Oh God! So what do I roll?
Roll for Bartu's strength check.
I've got shit strength.
Roll. Roll. Excuse me.
All right. 10. Unfortunately, just beating him. As you manage to pull him down, but he's still licking the blood off his ankles and waist height.
Don't make me
so
shock
he
and
gets-
grasp him.
He gets half the blood off, and then he notices the corpse of the Allosaurus, and now it's over.
Fair
Everything's
enough. He's
over.
going to go chew on some delicious Allosaurus tongue.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So with that, you're now heading straight back to the village?
Yeah, we best take this boy to his father.
Okay. So as you head back into the village, let's just do experience for that for everyone. You're greeted by a number of what you assume are the hunters from at the gate who've come out to see the boy return. After speaking to him as he approaches the group, they ask him where the kill was to go fetch the body. He explains the route back to the Allosaurus's body to the best of his memory.
I think some animals got to it, so there might not be too much left, but you can still tell it's an Allosaurus.
The Allosaurus is going to be too big for even Tabatu to eat in one sitting. It would take him at least 3.
I definitely need a scroll of enlarged dog.
Fair enough. And the head of the guards or hunters you spoke to before is going to come out and lift up his son onto his shoulders despite the heavy armor and say, "Now then, it's time to name the boy." As he places him firmly up on his shoulder.
I put my hand up.
Okay. He turns back to you from the group and says, "Do you have a recommendation?"
I think boy should be named Guy.
Make a persuasion check. I'm going to roll against his charisma to keep it fair. Okay. He's going to roll the name round in his mouth a few times before agreeing. "Very well. From this day forth, you shall be known as Guy." Because minstrel's a
sense.
dick.
I mean, it's a valid
Man.
name.
It means man. So.
It is. It's not quite the names similar to the other people in this town, but you'll come to that in a minute. Anyway,
Well, it's
so
nearly Sir Snugglesworth, so
to give you a last name, we shall name you Guy Bloodcloud. Anyway, so moving on, he's now going to turn back to you and says, "Very well. In the morning, we shall set out for where the Naga has last been seen."
Guy
I
Bloodcloud, aka Guy Period Queef.
Okay, so do we just want to cut to the next morning so we can get on to the story, or do we want to? Up to you.
what do you guys think? I mean, a
I mean, I'll
part of me
take a long
wonders.
rest at some point anyway. So
A part of me wonders whether we want to hold off on the Naga until Simon is rejoining.
Is he coming next Friday, though?
Well, that's the bit I don't know because he's a difficult man. So I'll leave it up to you two.
So, Torek and Rambler, what do you think?
What do I think? I
mean,
think.
I can change.
How long will it take?
Can change what I was going to do.
Realistically, the section for this, because you'll just be getting over to it and a brief conversation, we could probably knock out before 11. You wouldn't have to actually start the.
You'd have to go
event
kill
on
the
it.
Naga. You just have to.
Go to where it is, yeah, just so we
make
know where
our
you
way.
are in the story next time.
I'm not fussed either way. I mean, playing Dungeons and Dragons is playing Dungeons and Dragons. Doesn't really make a difference, does it? Whether we do it now or do it on Friday. But I wouldn't mind playing for a bit longer.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep going.
Okay, so we'll carry on. So after spending an evening generally celebrating, there's the passing round of drink and the toast of Guy Bloodcloud,
Period. Queef.
whatever.
It's got white flirt and he was covered in blood. So that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's basically how I pulled that together. So you're going to be shown the next morning to a series of horses. I assume Tabatu is going to run alongside.
I'll ride Tabatu.
You'll ride Tabatu instead, okay? So, Minstrel and Torek, there are fairly well-sized war horses for you to ride.
Yeah, it's going to need to be. It's to take 300 pounds.
Jesus. I forget how heavy Dragonborn are.
Yeah.
I cooked to go on my meal.
Fair
Last
enough.
night, by the way.
But they were catering for you. There was kind of a celebration.
I buzzed my way into the kitchen and took over.
Okay, no worries. I'm gonna just... So, as you head out the next morning, the head of the guard is going to be leading the way on his horse, a much thinner mount than yours, but still of a good size. And his son has been left at home for this one. As you begin heading into the forest, the very fast horses are going to skirt straight through paths and trails you did not exactly spot the first time round, and lead you towards, if you look at your world map, if you see Isala and Eshen, if you go in between the two, there's the ruin, the grey mark on the edge of the coast.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
That's where you're heading towards. As you
Uh-huh.
come through the forest, you can see the break in the trees, and on the far side you can see a large green hill with a small ruin on top. At which point everyone's passive perception, Torek, yours is the highest for sight, I believe.
13.
13. Rambler?
14.
14. Okay, Rambler, you're going to notice the hill appears to be moving.
Do you guys see what I see? Maybe I had a bit too much of the Tabaxi vodka last night, but that hill looks like it's moving to me.
I can't tell.
After a few more minutes, you too can begin to see it moving. Minstrel, you still can't.
Ah, I can see it. It's moving.
What the bloody hell is that, do you think? Some kind of giant turtle or something?
The guard captain is going to call back. Don't worry, you'll see as we get closer. At which point, the head of a large serpent is going to come up from behind the back of the ruins. And I'm talking, this thing must be a solid 600 foot long.
Ah,
Wait, what's 600 foot long?
snake.
The snake.
He's the hill, is he?
Snake.
Pretty much. And as you suddenly hear a large voice call out, "Hello, friends! Have you come to see me? I'm so lonely here."
Jesus Christ, what the hell are you?
The guard captain is going to laugh loudly and say, "Don't worry, she's friendly. Just don't try and take her stuff."
Has she got any food?
As you get closer and closer, the guard captain will begin explaining this particular guardian Naga has been living here for a long, long time.
Oh, it's an.
There are various forms of Naga. He's been living here protecting a particular ruin on the inside of her coils,
Oh,
which you can see the top sticking out of.
well,
As you get closer, he'll then say, "Oh, her name is Salaxia. She's been a good assistant to us in Eshen, but she won't leave this place. She will trade you some items should you have anything particularly valuable." As you now approach Salaxia, surrounding her ruins, you can see very, very clearly she has looped round it. The ruins actually aren't that small. She's just looped round it 2 or 3 times to keep so you can't see anything but the top towers.
I
It's a
see.
mighty impressive snake.
Well, Mrs. Mightily Impressive Snake, I don't suppose you know much of other Nagas at all, do you?
I have the ability to find other Naga, but you might, if you could do me a favor.
does it involve that hole at the other end of your body?
It does not. Some people managed to steal something from me while I slept. If you could recover it, I'd be glad to help you find in any way I can.
What did I steal?
They stole a
No.
magical shield, and it's a shame because it could talk and was great company.
A
see.
talking shield.
Yes.
That sounds very interesting. And do you have any idea who these people are who fucked you over?
I believe they live out in the forest in one of the ruins. I'm not
So they're
quite sure which one. They are
dinosaurs.
Yuan-ti. The
They
snake
are
people. They don't like Nagas. We clashed oftentimes.
right. Say what they are again.
Yuan-ti.
Yunti.
Yes. Yuanti.
Well, I don't know why. I asked you.
I was spelling it for you. I'll put it in the chat so you've got it.
Kiss me.
Yonti.
Yeah,
Yoni M. Yoni M.
not quite.
Johnny.
Oh, sorry. Switch the U and the A round.
I'll switch you and me around.
UNT.
Oh, I
Yuan.
see. So they're like
Chinese.
snakes with arms, basically.
They're snake people, kinda. So yeah, they've stole the shield while I was sleeping. They're like trying to get one up on me. If you could recover it for me, I'd
Would-
gladly find your Naga. I could
Yes.
even offer you one of these as she reaches her long tail inside the ruins and takes out a small, perfectly spherical rock,
I
which
see.
appears to simply similarly shaped to the moon, and shows it to the party.
And Mrs. Slack, sir, is this a question of pride, or do you actually need the item that we're going to retrieve?
I could do with having the item back. It does keep me company here.
Right. Okay. And how do you want the thieves dealt with? Do you want them captured and returned
Kill
for
them,
justice?
do what you like. I really don't mind.
I see. So what you're telling me is that they are evil and they deserve to die.
Yes, of course. They've been stealing from me. How could they not be evil?
I see. Well, I suppose no one should take somebody else's possessions.
I'm eyeing up that little stone she has.
Yes. She's going to continue speaking with you and explain briefly what the stones are she's offering you. She'll be offering you a wish stone. Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty close. She'll be offering you a wish stone. They do come with she does say they come with a terrible drawback, but it's an excellent emergency item to hold on to.
A wish stone, you say?
A wish stone you could wish Shartan out of existence.
You could certainly try.
I do believe this is a perfect deal.
Okay. Torek, you're rolling sleight of hand. What's that for?
I want that stone.
Okay, 10 is not going to do it, unfortunately, as she is now going to bat you with her tail into the nearest tree. Excuse me while I roll damage.
Ah.
Do.
Are you hurting our snake friend? He's only one of your kind,
Hey.
Mrs. Scanar Snacks.
Okay,
Actually, wish is pretty shit. Examples given.
the example's given. You can do it for freeform, but I have
Yeah.
not say to
10
whether
creatures immunity to a single spell or other magical effect for 8 hours. So
so
it's like a waste of a use.
Well, Torek wants to take
damage-
a wish for gold. That's what he's.
Torek has been slammed into the nearest tree and has taken a grand total of 98 points of damage.
That
Give you a
puts me
rough
at-
idea not to fuck with this guy.
Puts
Wait.
me at minus 50.
Is that higher than your total health?
Yeah, 52.
Yeah, you're insta-dead as you
Broken
splat
apart.
against the tree.
I
Smashed
I-
to pieces.
I half chuckle and then suppose we ought to not chuckle at it, maybe.
I'm guessing, was this pre-planned? Did you want a new character, Matt, and you did this pre-planned, or?
I said he couldn't retire another one.
Yeah, so he's going to die.
I hope your new character isn't going to be in any way similar to my new character, because that's going to be really awkward.
No,
Are you also planning to die? Do you also want to make a grab for the stone?
No, I had a plan I was going to talk to you about over next week.
Fair enough.
I'm going over. I'm rifling through Torik's pockets.
Okay, you can pick up his coin purse and take the entire gold contents of that, considering it's the magic one.
I stand over him and
Also
I
the
say,
eye is going to fall off out of his head after
I
he's dead.
stand over him as Minstrel is looting him, and I say, "The poor fool. He just wasn't smart enough for this world."
I mean, it's a shame he's dead, but in a way, he was a bit of a murderer.
If you pop up a quick full equipment list, if you've got it there for us.
yeah, the gold I broke
Perhaps.
the chest for now. So.
Perhaps we should split this 7,700 gold between us.
Perhaps you're right. There's no use it going to waste or going to these weird dragon people.
So that is 3,850.
Yeah.
each.
385 platinum pieces.
That's just
Yeah,
the
you can go
basic
for it.
stuff he had on him.
Fair enough. The black cloak will
I
come
thought
to
you
if someone
liked
tries to use
your
it.
sorcerer character.
Other than that, he's got nothing.
Didn't you get the necklace?
Well, I mean, yeah, well, that'd be on
The,
him. I
the
suppose,
War
yeah.
Mage's necklace
Yeah,
as
the
well,
War
and the eye as well has fallen out of his head after he died.
Oh, right.
I'll
I thought
put
you meant
the
destroy.
eye and magic eye, war mage's necklace. That's both in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Matt, did you not like your sorcerer then?
He served his purpose for me.
What are you going for next? Because
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, he's going to leave it as a surprise. And we shall
wouldn't
call...
it be better if we discussed it so we
I have
didn't?
two
You guys can discuss it, but we'll do it not on the recording if that's
No,
all right.
just believe me, it won't be what you're going to choose.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, we'll say we'll come to... You know, we'll call the session there and we'll come to another one next week. We'll just let you guys loot up and do things quickly.
Loot up.
My paste. No.
I'll put the stealth in the backpack.
I guess I could just wear that cloak, the stealth cloak. That would put my stealth to 11.
That's +4. Yes, yeah.
21 with Should I do that, Chris?
Yeah, if you want it.
What's your stealth?
My stealth is I'm +4 and I'm proficient.
Okay. Can anyone remember what the
So
freaking
that's
roll
7.
was? Because I've lost it again.
Same as
Yeah.
mine.
The
After
command.
the semicolon, is it a comma?
That's the one.
And then think.
No, you just put a cloak in your bag, I
Comma.
guess.
Leave.
Is it?
It might be the other way around.
Say you entered it, but
It might be semicolon.
see if it's in the other
colon.
chat.
Bloody finicky, isn't it?
They don't want you to do it by accident, I assume. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be cutting so much. I'm gonna be scrolling back to 7:30 to find
That's what it
where we
says.
eventually got it.
In the other chat.
Here we go. 7:30.
Oh yeah, it's not a semicolon, it's just another colon. Well, that's what was in the other chat, and I guess it left.
That's join, copy, scroll all the way down. Wait, switch to leave, LEAVE.